Hello, this is Good Man for Good Memory Show on this Thursday. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday and everything. Everything in here and keep having stuff. Alrighty, got a special. I went to this new store, and it's probably not new to everybody else, but I've been to it for the first time ever been to it and everything, and went to Mr. K's used books and CDs and movies and DVDs or whatever you want to call it. A very nice store. I might, definitely will go back. A lot of cool items and stuff. They have comic books from $1 to $2, and good deals on TV series from $5. Some of them, and for the first series of certain shows and stuff. And they have comic books. They have books, and they have all kind of cool items. Even Funko Pops. I saw a Funko Pop I would love to go back and get sometime, and it had two of the cereals in it. I think it was Toucan Sam or the one of the cereal. They had two of the characters on there. Not a bad deal for $15. Usually they cost you about $20 if you buy two for $10. $10 ain't bad for a Funko Pop. And $5 on another bobblehead Funko, like a Batgirl and stuff I saw. Oh, kind of cool items in there. It took me a while to look in there, and having to be in there with a mask on made it hard, but I toughed it out and made it through the store. And that's another thing. If you go to the store right now, you have to have a mask on to go in. It was hot, and it was already hot going in the store because it's 70 degrees outside here. But other than that, it's doing them. It's a very nice store. I told him I'd give him a big old shout out here on my podcast. I had my Great Man Radio Show shirt on and everything, and I love doing things for different stores and stuff. And when you're actually, I always shout out to a lot of different stores I go to and everything. And the next time I go back in there, I'll give them a sticker. Next time I need to go get one. Next time I go into Richard's comic books and give him one. And Borderland, I kind of like going in there. It's just too big for me, I guess. Like the smaller store. That store and Mr. K's is kind of big, but I've done over 1,000 steps today. Drove in there and whatever I did probably before that. But it looks like I'm trying to figure out. My wife was texting me in the middle of the show I'm doing right now. I was trying to answer her and stuff. I want to end up playing a song here. Let's see what I want to play. Maybe some good vibes today, because a lot of states are having problems and stuff, and they don't know what they're going to do in opening and stuff. And some places are just, I don't know, just getting crazier. People are protesting and everything else. All right, it's Good Man for the American Show. This is Good Vibes from the Farlight instrumental version.
This episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to take your interviews and podcast episodes to the next level, you're going to want to check out Poddex. Visit poddex.com to get your Poddex today.
All right, it's Good Man for Good Man Radio Show. I hope everybody loved that music and my new kind of a sponsor I have. I hadn't used these Poddex yet. I got the ones for like doing episodes and stuff, but I've been kind of doing my own episodes and stuff out using them right now. I don't know. I looked through them and see what I could do with them. I don't know. I've been doing over 240-something episodes. I ain't really needed help. I got a big special interview coming up on Sunday with my good friend. He's got some big promoting coming up for the summer here, and he's got a new single coming out. And I'm going to let him introduce it on a Sunday, and it's going to be a very good special show on that one. I like doing my interviews and stuff with him, and I'm glad he reached out to me, and actually I shared it on my, what he's going to be doing on my Facebook page, Facebook.com/GreaterMan45. Thanks for everybody listening to the Greater Man Radio Show, and I love what I do and stuff. And if you want to go back and listen to episode 246, where I interviewed Ashley from A&E 60 Days In, if you're new to my show, you can go back and listen to that one. You can go back and if you're just following now and starting to learn who I am and everything, you can go down and find the episodes, or I don't know exactly where they're at. I interviewed my first comedian on Carnival Ecstasy in 2019, Joe Bronzy, and you can go to find that episode, and you can go back and find, there's some paranormal episodes I've done and with my mom, and I have interviewed Jeff Anderson on my show several times. You can find that one. Greg Morton from American Got Talent. You go listen to my niece and me talking about the Addison. I think it's Addison. My niece Addison was talking about up in Wisconsin about last year or year before that about the I can't even talk today. About the National Bobblehead Museum up in Milwaukee. We were doing an interview with her about that place, and that's a very good place to go if you love collecting bobbleheads and stuff. And I got it. My wife let me order a Funko Pop of the child from the Disney's Mandalorian. I think I called it right. And I told her Boba Fett's going to be in the second season. Then I got the little like Yoda baby, whatever you want to call it, coming soon. It's supposed to come next month. It's taking a while. They had a pre-order on this stuff. It's going to be a very good show coming up on Sunday. Yeah, I love doing interviews. I have interviewed a lot of people and a lot of different things here and there about different things. And it makes a fun show when you can talk to somebody and have them on the show, and it makes it fun. And I know there's a lot of people who have contracts, and with Greg Morton, it kind of didn't care. His voices and everything he does is just fun. It was made a fun show. I would love to actually I like to interview Dave Coulier from the Full House. I was watching him on Celebrity. Oh Lord, I can't even think today. It comes on Sundays. Worst Cook Celebrity Edition. He's on there, and he's doing all them different voices. I was just rolling. My wife said, "Yeah, you'd be great to have him and be a friend with him because of the way he does." I'm sitting here watching the Goldbergs 80s thing where I remember that channel. You had it scrambled and you hoped it'd come in. I'm sitting here get the volume, and I had to turn it off because I remember those days when you had to scramble the channel and come up and you hoped it would show up, and then you're trying to figure out what it is, and it keeps going in and out. I remember those days. I remember when satellite was free and stuff back in the days. When you had your first big round satellite and you had free channels and you can watch anything you want, no having to pay for anything. I watched my first pay-per-view, a non-pay-per-view. It was like my first time watching uh, the Starcade 84 on the satellite. And that was the first time, free television. We had the MTV, Disney Channel, when it was all big and everything. And it was cool. Now they try to get that channel back in. It's kind of funny. And satellite has a lot of stuff too, and it shouldn't be there. And yeah, I got busted a couple of times watching channels I wasn't supposed to on there. You can talk about that stuff now, but now that's kind of funny. That's what happened when your parents had the television hooked to what was in the living room, and you had to be careful what you turned it to, because that channel turned the same channel they had. It was funny. I remember watching MTV when it first aired with the videos and stuff when it came on, and watching the live feeds of different. I used to watch wrestling come down from the stations and be, filtered through stations. I knew what wrestling shows were going to be like and who's going to win before it actually got on television the next couple of weekends during the week. I used to find those. It was kind of cool. I watched all kind of cool things before they actually had to pay for all this stuff. And you watch news feeds where guys were on the air and they didn't know they was on the air. Half the time they were sitting there playing around. And one guy, he got crazy and lightning and started hitting and he got very scared that time. I don't blame him. I would too. I've been out in some dangerous storms and lightning and crazy hitting close and in a car sitting outside before. If you go watch some of my YouTube videos on my actually YouTube where this feed goes to after I do it and gets posted. Talking about all the history and stuff. Kids these days don't understand all the stuff we went through to do things. And we had the phones we have now are about close to the size of what we had in the beginning. So phones, we had flip phones, we had small phones, we had all kind of weird phones back in the days, the 80s and stuff. They don't understand all the stuff with cassette tapes trying to record stuff, and they was talking about it all the time with you talking about recording your favorite song off the radio, and you hope the DJ didn't cut it off or over talked over it when you're trying to record it. I have recorded over so many mixtapes when I was growing up. There's some I wish I still had because there was some cool stuff I recorded off the radio where this guy. I love this guy's intro on radio. It's called Meet J.J. Michaels. He used to work for WNS 107.3. It's not that no more here in Greenville. Now it's Jams 107. I'm not even going to get into that. But he did a thing called Meet J.J. Michaels, and it was like the Jetsons. And his whole thing, it was hilarious. And I wouldn't touch that thing for a 10-foot pole. And it was a hilarious intro, and I love that. I used to have all the different things when Atlanta Braves was going big and strong, when my 102.5 with Love and Hudson did a Tomahawk Brave thing. It was awesome when they did this. I used to have those on cassette. I wish I had that one too. I did a crazy parody. I wish I could go back and play it and record it. I don't know if I still have it or not. I got a couple of cassettes left, but I don't know what I got left. But they actually, I did a parody with it was like, oh no, it was something to do with something when I was working at Ingalls. And they ran out of Crisco, and I kind of did a Star Trek parody to it with the music, and it was crazy. I used to do a lot of announcing, and I have done a lot of different radio stations and stuff when I was growing up, fake radio shows and doing weird voices, and I used to change my voice all the time when I was growing up, and I had this character called Emor James. I don't know where I came up with this guy. I ain't figured that out. It just came up, and we ran with it, and kept doing him in the middle of the show and stuff, and it's kind of funny. I always wanted to do a station called Z97. I don't know why I came up with a radio station like that, but that's why I came up with doing a podcast called Greta Man Radio Show. But I was calling myself Greta Man back then, and everything, and just the way I ran with it. Well, a guy gave me this nickname in school and stuff, and I ran with it, and it's been stuck with me ever since. And I have great wrestlers and with that name and everything. And it's like I love doing what I do. And, this is a fun thing to do and everything. And don't forget to go out there and check out Mr. K's CDs and books, used books and everything, and CDs and DVDs and comic books and everything else galore in there. It's got everything. Very nice store. I will come back. I will go back again because they got stuff I want right now. I would love to have it if I ever got a chance. I want that cereal, that combined box. That was not a bad deal for that. But I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the Funko Pops I have now. I got Star Wars. I have, let's see, I got Star Wars. I have most of the Star Wars. I have the Darth Vader. It has no mask on, and I have the Darth Vader with mask on. I have Princess Leia. I have Alex Trebek from Jeopardy, Shazam, Mr. Rogers. I have one of them. I even have a one I got from the cereal company when I was doing these point things. I got Captain America one. That was the first one I got ever them. But dude going and getting electrocuted trying to fix the cable company. Oh, he's sliding off the house. Oh, he just fell. Goldberg's are crazy. And today my lunch was brought to you by McDonald's. You can have it. I love eating at McDonald's. I had a double McDouble there, and it was very good. Fries. I ate lunch with my wife today, and then I went down to Mr. K's, these books and stuff. I always wanted to go in there. I was like, oh, let's go in there. Since I'm out today, and it's good. I'm glad I did now. I'm very happy about it. I'm very picky about places I go, but that's another bookstore I go into. They're a lot cheaper than going into Second and Charles, I think. They sell books and stuff. If you're looking for certain authors and all kind of different things, you know. Depends on what you're looking for. They have all kinds of different things. I know I really got off of the subject today, but it's kind of like doing a history thing with me. I'm a big history buff. I like going to the Civil War. Like you go to Cowpens battlefields and stuff like that. I love being in a history. I love learning history about certain areas and stuff and civil wars and stuff like that. And all kind of different, it's about the area, It's kind of nice. Excuse me. But, I think this is why I started doing the podcast, because I want to work in radio. I love 80s music, and I grew up with it. And I love my 80s television, and I love all of my wife would say, whatever is on, you'll find the oldest thing on television. Yep, that's true. I do. I've always never failed. I do. That's probably why I like Goldberg's, because it goes back in my area. Oh, and this was he's wearing a Hulkamania t-shirt. I love wrestling back in the days. I used to have the Hulkamania workout stuff. Yeah, when I was younger. I had a lot of different things growing up. I have the original wrestling dolls I had. The two of them, what's left of what collection I did have. I wish I'd saved some of them back in the days, but back in them days, it's like, And then I ended up finding it and got it back again. Like I have original Turbo Man doll from the actual Jingle All the Way. Found it at a flea market somewhere. My dad was, back when the ham radio stuff was really big, ham flea markets, ham radio things, shows and stuff. We used to go to a flea market like that, and that's where I found that one. I found another one, but I lost that one. I collect autographs big time. I'm trying to remember what was my first autograph. Oh, I don't really know. I met Rusty Wallace. I have that autograph hanging on a picture. I got Heather Lopez from Atlanta Braves. I have a lot of wrestling ones. I got Tully Blanchard's, Ric Flair's. Actually, this was on an actual program of the Great American Bash And I actually shared that with in one of the Going Broadway, and I showed them, actually I do have this. I have Dusty Rose. I won that one actually in the contest they was doing back on TBS and WCW, was like doing all these different things before they lost the rights to it all when Vince McMahon took over. I hated when they took that show off the air, but wrestling is getting like kind of AEW is kind of a little bit like, okay, you like it, maybe. It's got a lot of cool things. You have the old announcers from Jim Ross to Tony Schiavone. It's hard for me to get back into that stuff. I missed my good friends up in Mountain Fun Life today, and I didn't get to watch their videos. But I was just trying to watch it over to see what they had, but they didn't have much on there good today. Except they was talking about some kind of water park they have up there in Pigeon Forge, and he was talking about the different time zones. I didn't know Pigeon Forge and those are not in the time zone. I thought they was in Central, they in Eastern. Well, you need some learning on the time zone things and everything. I'm talking a pretty good minute here. 22 minutes today on this show. That's pretty good. I have over 40 minutes of talking time. I think 44. Yeah. That's usually how much I have. All I need right now to do these shows and stuff. Sometimes I like playing music in the middle or different sponsors or doing something for somebody. Or sometimes those shows go a little longer sometimes. But you never know which way they're going to go sometimes. Basically, if you're trying to come up with ideas of what to ask them. But I already know what to ask with him. He ain't got no tell me how to, ask this and I can't ask that. We kind of have fun with it. Let me think here. Well, I try to reach out to some of the people that do paranormal and want to come on the show. I might have to reach out to some of the locals here. A lot of the paranormal places. If you know anybody who wants to be on the show, just reach out to me at Facebook/GreaterMan45. We can miss me on there and go from there. I want to jump it out of here and we'll be back for a Friday Blast-Off show tomorrow. And I had fun talking about everything crazy and about 80s and everything else that's going on. And got to get away from the coronavirus and stuff. Oh, they're doing Alf on here. That was a fun show to watch in the 80s. You can find that show on DVD too. Or you can find it on some other things I have seen. All right, we'll be back tomorrow for the Friday Blast-Off show. This is Greg the Man for Green Ray Show. Peace, I'm out. Let's do this one.